The Mouse That Forgot, MIT's Mind Upload Experiment. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is Hackable Humans. In the last video, we talked about memory as a file, something that could one day be edited, overwritten, or deleted. Today, we're going to ground that idea in real-world science, because this isn't just a theory. It's already happened. At MIT's Picower Institute for Learning and Memory, researchers conducted an experiment that changed neuroscience forever and proved that memory can be written, transferred, and erased. Let's walk through what happened. Using a technique called optogenetics, researchers labeled specific memory cells, known as engram cells, in a mouse's hippocampus. These are the cells that store memory. Then, using pulses of light, they activated those cells and created a false memory. The mouse was made to believe it had been in a cage where it had received a foot shock, even though it never had. Later, when placed in that cage, the mouse froze in fear, reacting to a memory that had never physically occurred. But here's where it gets wild. Not only could researchers implant the false memory, they were able to extract it, modify it, and then delete it from the mouse's active memory system. In other words, they uploaded a mind state and then removed it from the original owner. Let that sink in. A lived memory, an emotional imprint, was duplicated, recoded, and erased. The mouse experienced a reaction to something it had never lived, and then lost access to the belief that it ever happened at all. This is the blueprint for externalized consciousness control, and the foundation for a future where human minds are just as malleable as files on a flash drive. Now, you may be wondering, how does this apply to us? Let's scale it up. If optogenetics can create artificial memory in a mouse, what happens when the same technique is applied through wearable neurostimulation, implanted chips, or brain-to-cloud interfaces in humans? If memories can be externally triggered, implanted, or deleted, your internal narrative is no longer yours. This isn't science fiction anymore. Neuroscientists are already exploring how specific light frequencies and brain signals can elicit emotional memory recall. Startups are exploring wearable devices that modify mood and focus by sending targeted pulses to the vagus nerve or prefrontal cortex. Neural implants can now trigger pleasure, suppress fear, or simulate safe states. If a feeling can be triggered and then a story attached to that feeling, how long before beliefs are implanted and reinforced by artificial memory loops? And here's the deeper question. If your reactive memory is not rooted in experience, but in code, if your pain is induced, your fear simulated, your loyalty programmed, are you still you? This experiment with the mouse was historic. It proved that consciousness isn't locked inside the brain. It can be accessed, copied, manipulated, and even deleted. It confirmed that memory is physical, traceable, and hackable. And it leads us to one unavoidable truth. If memory can be installed, so can ideology. If fear can be simulated, so can consent. If trauma can be programmed, so can submission. This is why Hackable Humans matters. Because what starts as an experiment in a mouse's brain becomes, in a few short years, a global rollout of mind-altering tech cloaked as mental health, productivity enhancement, or smart performance tools. We're entering an era where your lived experience can be fabricated, and you'll swear it was real. So what do we do? First, we acknowledge that memory and identity are not invincible. They are dynamic, they are programmable, and they are being studied at every level. Second, we remember that just because an emotion is strong doesn't mean it's true. This is where spiritual grounding becomes crucial. You must know what's real based on your deeper awareness, not your feelings alone. And third, we raise the red flag before the systems are commercialized. Because once you opt into memory modification tools, or AI therapy assistants that recalibrate your past, the line between what happened and what you were told happened disappears. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future, Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems, The Behavioral Economy Now Governs Access. 4. Hive Mind, Synthetic Telepathy and Collective Algorithmic Control. 5. Nanobots Inside You, Medical, Military, and Programmable Intrusions. 6. Grief Tech, AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading Your Mind, Consciousness Transfer and Data-Based Identity. 8. Deep Fakes plus AI Clones, The Replication of Reality and Identity Theft. 9. Quantum Humans, The Merger of Biology with Quantum Systems. 10. Digital Afterlife, Where Your Data Goes When You Die. 11. Resurrection Science, Reviving Life Through Synthetic Methods. 12. Immortal Science, The End of Death as We Know It. 13. Longevity Science, Gene Editing, Anti-Aging, and Bio-Upgrades. 14. Designer Babies, Engineered Perfection Before Birth. 15. Artificial Wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.